Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to teach you how to create a consolidated e-invoice. First, you need to go to the menu bar at the top, select Workplace, and then click on Customers. At the beginning, you won't see the consolidated option here. So how do you get the consolidated option? You need to click the plus button at the bottom right corner. After clicking it, under Individual Customer, select Consolidated. Then enter the name for your consolidated group. For example, if I want to create a consolidated group for the general public, I enter that name. Next, for deed, there are three types. The first is general public, the second is foreign buyer, and the third is government. If you are issuing an invoice to a local customer, we usually select general public. If you are issuing an invoice to a foreign customer, then we generally choose the second option, foreign buyer. If you are issuing it to a government department, then we select the third option. So after you've selected this, just click Create Customer, and then you'll see that the consolidated group will appear here on your left side. So now our first step is to submit our consolidated e-invoice here under Consolidated. What we need to do is click on Create Order here, and then we start by selecting our date. For example, now it's May, but our invoice is for April. So I need to select April, let's say April 29th. Once you've confirmed that this is consolidated, next we select, for example, my product here, 688, and I have 3 of them. So after selecting, I fill in all the required information and then I click Create Order. Alright, so after you've created the order, the invoice you just made won't necessarily appear at the top. It's sorted according to the date you selected. So just now you chose the date April 29th, remember? This yellow one here, the status says pending. So you need to click Manage Order on this gear icon, then select Approve Order, and then click Yes. Alright, after you've done that, we'll move on to creating the invoice. When creating the invoice here, we can choose whether to issue the invoice only after payment or to issue it without payment. For example, I'll select No Payment Needed. Then by clicking Select Quotation here, I can choose the R2064 quotation from April 29th. Then I just click on Create Invoice. Alright, so next, we need to go to the Invoice section and select the yellow part, which is the invoice we just created. Then we click on the Manage Order Gear icon, just choose Approve Invoice, and click Yes here. After clicking Yes, you can see that the April 29th invoice now appears in black. This black one is the 3688s we just selected, totaling R2064. Black means it's not completed yet, because only when it turns green is it considered finished. So next, what we need to do is submit the consolidated e-invoice. I can choose now, or I can schedule it for another time slot. For example, I can choose to submit on a certain day of each month, but if I want to choose now, I just click Now, and then Queue for submission. Alright, so now you've come to the invoice section. When you click on it, the first one is the consolidated e-invoice I just submitted. You can see its status is already green, so when I open it, you'll see that this invoice is a consolidated invoice, and you can also see that there's a QR code here. Alright, so after we see this QR code, if we scan it with our phone, you'll see this page. This is the one I just scanned, and you can see the word valid appears here, which means that our consolidated e-invoice for 2064 has been successfully submitted. Alright, this video has now finished teaching everyone how to issue a consolidated e-invoice. Next, remember that every month you need to submit it before the 7th. For example, for May, you need to submit May's invoices by the 7th of the following month, which is June 7th. That's all for today's tutorial. Thank you, everyone.